Hey traders, Marcello here, founder of the Day Trading Academy. Today we're talking about why you should not become a professional trader. I think that the financial industry or the day trading industry as a whole, I truly believe in my heart that anybody can learn how to do this. The only question you have to ask yourself is, are you willing to sacrifice what you have to learn how to do this? In a lot of the recent videos, I talk about how hard it is, why people fail, all that good stuff and the realities of what day trading is. But I also believe that if you really want to change your life, or you want to have the financial independence that you can obtain through trading, there's few things that we should know, and the biggest thing to know is we have to be aware of ourselves. Okay, I am under the genuine belief that the characteristics or the personality that you have outside of just normal life, who you are as a person, most people don't know themselves. And because they don't know themselves, they don't know how to be able to improve themselves, so to say. Now, I don't want this to be like a self-help kind of video where we talk about, if you want to learn how to trade, you should do this and think positive. It's not like that, right? But I do want you guys to know that if you have a problem getting out of bed in the morning, then you're probably going to have a problem waking up on time to learn how to trade. If you're not a very disciplined, organized person, then you're probably not going to be disciplined to take the trades that you should, and be disciplined enough to not trade when you shouldn't. So I think it's really important to understand this and really important to talk about it, because I do believe genuinely that anybody can learn how to do this. Anywhere, any background. You don't have to know math or science. You don't have to be 60 years old or 18 years old. It doesn't matter if you're a woman, man, black, white, café con leche, right? Brown, light brown, dark brown, it doesn't matter. Especially now with the Day Trading Academy, with the 15 years that I've been in this industry, a few years learning how to trade, trading on my own, teaching other people, trying to find traders to fund. I've kind of been through it all in this industry, so to speak, and I really believe that part of the reason why people don't become successful is really because they're not honest with themselves. So, in the recent videos that I've done, I've talked a lot about, why this is a little bit more difficult than what people laid it to believe, why I believe that a lot of traders fail, for example. But I really think the biggest reason, or the biggest thing that we should know, is we should really be self-aware and understand what we are as people. And maybe right now is not the best time for you to trade, because you're not disciplined, because you're not willing to forego the Friday, Saturday nights, going out looking for women or men, or both, whatever you're into. You have to sacrifice. At the end of the day, you really have to sacrifice. And I believe if you're not willing to put all your heart, if you're not willing to just stop everything and just do this full time, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stop work or stop university or stop your relationship. But this is a very, very time sensitive activity. In the beginning, you're going to spend hours and hours learning how to do this, learning setups, dominating your emotions, getting over the challenges of the emotions that you will feel. And if you're not self-aware, or if you really don't know yourself, or if we sit down and really think, right, look in the mirror and really think, are you really going to sacrifice to learn how to do this? Right? I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story if you don't know it already. I was working full-time. I was going to school full-time. We're talking 6, 7, 8 classes, right? And I was learning how to trade full-time. So I didn't have the advantage of what you guys have nowadays, where you can literally just, practice this at 12 o'clock at night with a program that automatically records the market, or learn how to do this on the weekend. I didn't have that luxury like you have. So I really believe now there's no excuse as to why someone can't learn how to trade, other than the fact that you guys aren't willing to sacrifice what you need to really become a successful, profitable trader. I think sometimes about some of the guys that I just know about, Nikolay came from a third world country, what once was a communist country, working in construction, right? And at night he was exhausted because of the physical exertion that he would have to perform in construction. And look at charts. Jared, for example, who got to the point where he has 2 kids, and he really at one point had to decide if he was really going to continue to trade or go out and find a job. There's so many things, so many different variables in life that the problems are never going to stop happening, is what I'm trying to say, right? There's never going to be the life isn't perfect. We don't live in a society or a life where nothing is going to go wrong. So when I believe people shouldn't day trade is when, we have to be honest with ourselves to really understand and accept the fact that we may not be ready to right now, or we have too much on our plate, or if you have too much on your plate, if you are willing to sacrifice the other things. For example, in my case, working full-time, going to school full-time, I didn't have a social life when I was in college, right? I didn't have a girlfriend. I still remember the story that I can share with you where there was a girl that I really, really liked, and I told her, look, Friday nights are your night. I don't have any other time because I'm going to school, I'm learning how to trade, I'm going to bed, I'm not sleeping 2-3 nights a week because obviously I can't do it on my spare time, so I have to sit there and do it manually. And Friday night is your night. I'll stop everything, Friday night will be your night. And I tried to be honest with her about what I could give and what I couldn't, and I think that it got to the point where she wanted more time. And I was obviously at a crossroads at that point in my life because, as a young man, and most of you young men, or at one point who were young men, you get lonely and you want to be with somebody, and it sucks being alone all the time because all you're doing is working and studying and learning how to trade. But I made the decision that for me, it was a lot more important to focus on my career, which is trading, rather than be in a relationship. So if you're able to find that woman or that man that understands and is able to support you, I commend those people who do that. My situation was a little bit different. And obviously now, 15 years later, we have a trading center. I'm traveling around the world. The financial markets, day trading, and other businesses I've been able to start with day trading or off of kind of the financial industry. I'm able to have my financial freedom. But it all starts at the end of the day, guys and ladies, understanding yourself, really just understanding and being honest with yourself. I think we live in a society that everything needs to be yesterday, everything needs to happen tomorrow like that, right? And so this is another thing that's going to take time. I think that everybody thinks that this is easy. The whole industry tries to paint it, as I mentioned in a ton of other videos, that you're going to buy a course and next Friday you're going to be a millionaire. It's not the way it works. You might be the person where it takes 8 years to learn how to do this. Case in point, Raul, which is one of our newest master traders in Europe. He's from Luxembourg. It took him 8 years to become consistently profitable, but now that he's consistently profitable, quit all his other activities, and now all he does is day trades. So I want you guys to really think about that, because I think it's really important, and I don't think that many people that have an academy or teach courses like I do are going to blatantly tell you that you shouldn't learn how to trade. But I don't want you guys to go through this kind of cycle learning how to trade, because day trading can really be the best thing that's going to happen in your life or the worst thing. And I've gone through my own situations as well, losing a lot of money. That happens. Traders take time off from trading as well. I sometimes have taken years off trading because just the damage has been so psychological. So it's not to say that you're never going to lose money. It's not to say that once you learn it, it's never going to be easy. But I think in the beginning of this process, and especially if you guys are watching this video, you guys are either looking for the consistency with your trading, or you're brand new and you're learning how to trade or thinking about kind of taking the dive. And so that's something that I really want to share with you guys. It's something that I really want to be honest about, because not everybody can do what I did, where they sacrifice everything in order to put all your cards into trading. I took out $25,000 in student loans. I lost it all. I did what any other responsible man would do. I went out and I took more loans. But I tell you what, that feeling of paying off those loans for the first time, they were actually variable rate loans with Sally Mae, where, you know, if honestly the interest rates go up, I'm toast. It was a great feeling to be able to pay those off. So just think about it, guys. Be honest with yourselves. Make sure you understand what it's going to take for you guys to do this. It's not easy. It's the hardest way to make money, the easy way. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Don't forget to leave any questions with the hashtag AskMarcello, whether it's about trading or travel. You know, I've been traveling around the world for 8 or 9 years now, so I'll be happy to answer any questions about that. And of course, I'd be happy to give you a ton of advice on your relationship.